I did not sleep at all last night. So I'm gonna be really tired today. I just could not sleep. I was tossing and turning all night. It was so hot in here to begin with. Like, it took so long for the air conditioner to actually cool down the room. Like, I kept turning it down, but it just wouldn't. It was so hot. And then it's really loud too, so when it kicks on, it sounds like a monster. I grabbed some breakfast from downstairs, but it's not that great. Maybe I'll walk over to the volunteer one and get their breakfast instead. It's like very Southwest style, so it has like peppers and stuff in it, and it's not my favorite thing. So hopefully I can stay awake. Grab some coffee, but I'm kind of scared to try this egg. Oh, the coffee's good. Yeah, the coffee tastes like pumpkin spice. Let's try this egg before I totally give up on life. Yeah, actually the egg's not horrible. I tried the potato first. Maybe that was my mistake. Alright. I'm gonna eat this, and I'll see you at the venue. Alright, I am back from the competition and I got some things. One, this shirt says Reefscape on it, volunteer on the back, pretty sick. I like this shirt color and everything a lot better than last year. I don't wear the one from last year because it wasn't the greatest. This necklace I have to wear has been bothering me. Oh, it bothers the back of my neck so bad. It's touching me. It's a love-hate relationship. They give you a lanyard, obviously, with your name and your main job. So my main job was safety attendant, so I did a lot of safety glasses and stuff today. Got this sticker for the Wisconsin Regional, and then I got a sticker on the back as well. Pretty sick. And then they gave me some pins that I have on here. So it's first dive is a one of the games. Reefscape is another game. I think Dive is for FLL, which is Lego League, and Reefscape is FRC, which is Robotics, which I'm doing today. And then I got one of these alumni pins. I think I have one of these at home. Last year they gave us banners on the bottom if we were alumni. And then I got this 2-year volunteer pin because this is my 2nd year. They give you one for the time you've been. Okay, there's that. I got a Milwaukee Mini 6-foot tape measure that has it has metric and English on it, which is pretty cool. Thought that was sick. A lot of people like these. People are stoked to get these today. Here was my schedule for today. I was all over the place, and tomorrow I'll do it all over again. So I grabbed this brochure only because I was looking through it and reading it when I was doing welcome table because they had all this welcome stuff on it. I was reading it, it's pretty sick. As I was flipping through it, and then I saw a photo towards the back, and I was in the photo, and I was like, oh, no way. So the photo right here, I'll put it right here, I was in it. So I took it because it's pretty sick, and I was reading it, and I was like, oh, look at that, it's so cool. And then a bunch of people were doing like these bingo games, and so they had to like do certain things with the volunteers, and they had this massive conga line where like the entire arena, I took a little bit of video of it in the start of it, but then it ended up being like everybody got in this conga line, and it was so funny because the team I used to be on, 93, you see, got a 93 pin. Oh yeah, I got a volunteer pin as well. Pretty cool. And so it was just funny because it started with their team, the Team 93, when I was talking to them. So I made some friends today. I made this girl named Caroline. She was talking to me a lot. We were kind of like intermingling with the shifts. We were going back and forth together. And then this guy named Eric towards the end, we were together for the last, like, I don't know, like last half of the day, like last 6 hours we were with each other the whole time. So we talked, and it was fun. It was a fun time. I had a lot of fun. Like, I thought it wasn't going to be as great because last year I did field reset, and like that's like so exciting. It's like go, go, go the whole time. But this time I actually but since it was so go, 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 and you didn't have time to do anything else, like you didn't have time to mingle or like talk to people. But today, doing safety classes was a lot of fun because I got to talk to so many different people. And I will say, like, the quiet room for like sensory needs, where you had to like, you know, people just need a break from all the chaos that's going on. That one was a little dry. I was getting real tired, and I was sitting by the window, and I was super cold. But I couldn't go get my jacket because it was upstairs, and I had to stay obviously in. You know, if somebody needed something, I was able to go get it for them, or help them out. It was pretty sick. Got this. Got some safety glasses, Milwaukee. They sponsor the event. Oh yeah, when I was in the quiet room, we had to have stuff to do, so I brought a book, so I was reading the book for a little bit, but they gave us a deck of cards, so I was playing solitaire. Solitary? Is it solitary or solitaire? I don't know, I say solitary, but this one person kept calling it solitaire, but yeah, so I was playing good old-fashioned solitaire. We started building a puzzle in the beginning, and they went through so many puzzles, it was crazy how fast you can get puzzles done with a bunch of people. Obviously. And then they had a bunch of coloring and stuff in the room too. I got this first Wisconsin volunteer sticker, which is pretty sick. Probably stick this on like my water bottle or helmet or something. I didn't get that one last year, and I didn't get this last year either. I got a notebook. This will come in handy for work because I have to write a lot of stuff down. So this will be fun to have. I think that's all I got. But yeah, it was so fun. I started out, I was in the quiet room with this chick Caroline, and we started talking. That's where we were mingling a lot, and it was just us in the beginning building this puzzle because we had to have something to do. And then I went to safety glasses, and then I went to the welcome table. The welcome table, we had a lot of questions, and some questions I didn't have the answer to, like, can you help me find a purple turtle, because they were on a scavenger hunt. And then, what was the other one? That was weird. Oh yeah, this person came in looking for this guy that just some random dude, and he didn't know what team they were from, where they were, nothing. He knew absolutely nothing about this person except for their first name. So that was quite interesting. But you know what? Figured it out. So yeah, that was my first day. Tomorrow, started again. Another, 12 hours of robots. But it's gonna be so fun because tomorrow starts the actual qualification matches. I won't be here for the playoffs on Sunday, but it's still a good time. Having fun. I gotta figure out something for dinner. And I didn't sleep last night, so I'm tired, but I still don't feel like I could fall asleep. I set the temperature in here really low so that when I got here it was cold, and it still doesn't feel cold in here. Like, I don't think that thermostat works. The air conditioner, I don't think it works because it is hot. It feels like it's 80 degrees in here. And I don't know about you, but sleeping in 80-degree weather is not very pleasant to me. I don't know, I just like to be cold because then I feel like I can't cover up. Usually I don't mind sleeping in hotels. You know, I don't ever sleep with a pillow, so I don't care about pillows. They have like 3 different blankets and or sheets on the bed, but it just, even having the sheet on just felt too hot last night. I don't know, haven't been sleeping lately, so that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm probably just gonna walk across the parking lot and grab some McDonald's or something quick and easy. I don't know, last night I went down to they have food here at the restaurant downstairs. I got a burger last night, but nothing else really on the menu piqued my interest. I could get some chicken tenders, maybe. Maybe I'll go get some chicken tenders. Or I could just go grab either a burger or chicken nuggets from McDonald's. A little cheaper, but not as good. A lot of the people on the team that I am affiliated with, I was talking to some of them towards the end, and it was really fun to catch up and get to know some of the newer members on that team, and it was cool. It's fun. Talk about some of the old mentors or old students that graduated with me, so it was fun. Kind of just a stroll down memory lane, in a sense. But they're all staying like 20 minutes from my hotel, so I think they're all going somewhere over in Brookfield area, and I'm over here in West Dallas, so yeah, probably won't meet up with them tonight, which kind of sucks because I kind of wanted to, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's in the cards tonight. So I think I'm just gonna go walk myself over and yeah, get some tenders. Maybe I'll go downstairs and get tenders. I don't know if I need to go across the parking lot. The walk this morning and on the way back wasn't too bad. It was like 40 degrees-ish. And tomorrow I'm gonna leave my car in this hotel so I don't have to pay for parking tomorrow. I actually took back, I refunded my parking passes because the hotel is so close. I just walked. It's pretty nice. That's life update. I handed out a lot of safety glasses, cleaned a lot of safety glasses, talked to a lot of people, said thank you a million times today. I also cut my finger. I don't know if you could tell, it was bleeding real good earlier, but I cut my finger on one of the boxes because all the safety glasses were brand new, so we were ripping all the boxes open and all the packaging, and it clipped me, so I got a cardboard paper cut, however you want to call that, cardboard cut on my finger, and then I had to use the sanitizing spray on all the safety glasses because we had some that you returned and some that you got to keep, and so we had to clean them and disinfect them between uses, obviously, and it burned every single time between every spray, every wipe down. It was just burning. So I'm hoping tomorrow it's not as raw. Maybe I gotta invest in a Band-Aid somewhere. I feel like I've been talking for an hour. I guess I'll put the game in. I think I'll already put the game in. Catch back up with me and I'll give you my update tomorrow. The breakfast was not good at this hotel. It was pretty decent. I would give it a 7 out of 10 at the event. The arena had, the eggs were better. They weren't weird seasoning. They had sausage links, which I like way better than bacon. I don't like bacon. I did see here they had some bagels, so maybe I'll get a bagel in the morning. But yeah, I'm hyped. It's going swell. That's all I got. I think there's about 45 teams here. It's pretty sick. I'm sitting under this lamp so you can see me because the lighting in this hotel is a little bit atrocious. So hopefully this video turns out. It's a lot of nonsense, but that's fine. My life's chaos. All right, well, peace out. Maybe I'll catch up with you in a little bit after I get some food or something. But yeah, see you then. I never updated you like at all on Friday. Maybe got some clips here and there from my day, but they weren't actual talking clips. Not real updates. I was so busy on Friday when I was volunteering, so the first half of the day, from 7 to 12, I was doing judges stuff, not being a judge, but I was, like, everybody who had their interviews with the judges for different types of awards, I had to send them where they needed to be, check everybody in, and, you know, bring them to the proper location and all that stuff, and answer all their questions and all that. And there was a new building this year, so they had to, I couldn't send people where they needed to be directly right away. I had to, like, give them in different levels, like on deck, just waiting, and then actually there. It was a lot. There was a lot of changes because the matches were behind, so people's schedules are overlapping. You know, if somebody was competing and they were on the field at the time they were supposed to be in their interview, like they, you know, obviously had to switch the time. They can't switch the match's time for it. They have to switch the interview time. So it was a lot of swapping because they were behind the first half. And yeah, so that was that. And the second half I did safety glasses all day, and it was chaos. We ran out of safety glasses like 10 times, and you had to make people wait until they returned them, and then eventually I had to be the person to start asking if, you know, if you borrowed them, bring it back, like as I was standing at the opening, like, oh, are those borrowed, asking all the people. It was a lot. There was a lot of traffic yesterday. The venue itself is pretty big, it's very spacious, but the field situation, like the seating where you're seeing the field, they had 2 sets of bleachers, one on each side of the field, and there was nowhere near enough seats for everybody in the seating. Like, if you didn't get a spot in the bleachers, you couldn't see the field at all. So, like, standing on the sides, you couldn't see. So they had a little TV monitors everywhere, but everybody's crowded around it, so it's hard to. It was just really difficult to see. And even the very last match I watched, I didn't watch any matches the first 2 days, and then the third day I actually drove back up in the morning and I drove the 2 hours back up to watch them in the playoffs, which they didn't make it very far in the playoffs, which is okay. They got eliminated. They do like a double elimination, so you're in a winner's bracket, you know, so they have different seeds. Team 93, which is the team I used to be on, they do it different than they used to. It's not the same as when I was on the team. So they do it where first goes against 8th, and then, you know, kind of like how basketball does it, you know, they do, and then, you know, goes down the line, 2 against 7 type of thing. So we were seed 5, and we got to pick our own alliance. They picked their alliance right before lunch, and then on the way back they do the competitions. So we ended up in 5th. So it was, you know, that's where we were. They lost their first one by a significant amount, and then they went to the loser bracket, where the loser bracket you have one more chance to stay in the competition. And so this minivan's annoying me. And then we played loser bracket. We lost by 1 point, but the only reason we lost is because they didn't consider. So the robots have certain. You saw the game where they had to climb at the end. 2 of our robots climbed, including ourselves, but the second person that climbed they didn't consider it a climb because the chain that they climb on was hitting the polycarb, and for whatever reason, since it was considered an assist that the chain was touching the side, that it wasn't considered a climb, even though they were off the ground, which was crazy. If they counted it, we would have won. But since they didn't count it, they weren't touching the entire time. They only were touching right at the end. When the buzzer goes off, that's when it matters. Like, even if you're in the air, even though you climb and say you would go back down, it's not a climb until you have to be in the air when the buzzer is going off and holding it there. So yeah, they didn't consider it a climb, and that's what made them lose. This is their last competition of the year. They go to 2 regionals. They actually placed the exact same spot both times, but they got more competitions on the off season that aren't for going to the Worlds. You know, it's just for fun type thing. You can still win awards. They got like a rookie robot as well as their actual competition robot, and then they have one called Twist, which is like an all-girls drive team and stuff like that. So they actually won that one last year. Safety glasses, yeah, that was crazy. I had to tell so many people. Like, I feel like I could have had nightmares about how many safety glasses I had. Like, you need safety glasses, or people would have them like up here, and then you gotta tell them to put them down. My old mentor, but he didn't recognize who I was because I cut my hair. A lot of people didn't realize it was me because last year I was doing field reset and I couldn't really visit the team at all, so they didn't see me with my short hair. In prior years I didn't have short hair, so yeah, like this year it was crazy. And my hair's a little bit of different color, so they also had that. I also actually felt like I made some volunteer friends. Like I was hanging out with people throughout the time, and me and a couple of people that were doing exchanges together during the across the different jobs. Like we talked a lot. I met a lot of people from different teams, different alumni, students, and different mentors, and all the stuff that finding the reason why they volunteer for First and how it's impacted them. And it was crazy. The stories you hear, and a lot of them people are obviously there supporting the team. Like I was there for '93. I met just a lot of people. It's crazy the connections you make. And I'll probably see a lot of them next year when I do it again. It's a fun group of people in the community that they got there. I left before the award ceremony, so I'm driving back now, obviously. I drove back last night, and I drove back up this morning because I wasn't sure if I was going to come back for the playoffs or not, but I wanted to. Of course, to support the team and stuff like that, and the students that are on the team now, and they are all laughing at my shirt because it's very, very worn out. And I told them I pulled the shirt out of my archives, and it was funny, like there was a joke about it. Yeah, and then I got to see some people I was on the team with, catching up with those guys, and it was fun. It was really fun. I had at the hotel restaurant when I went back after Friday. I had pizza, and it was so good. I think I told you I was going to get chicken tenders. I actually got pizza, and it was honestly one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And then I met the waitress lady, and then this other lady was sitting next to me, and then there was a guy on the far end. The guy was from Robotics as well, because we were on the hotel across the street, and we were talking for a little bit, and then I actually seen him when I was doing safety glasses, and we caught up again. I wonder, they were like more of a rookie team, so I'm curious how they did. I don't even remember. And then the girl was just there, just happened to be there. It wasn't for Robotics, but we talked till probably like 10:30, and it was so fun and funny. I feel like I even made some friends there. So yeah, it was pretty cool. They told me to go try out Cheesecake Factory because I've never been there. It's actually been the next day, and I think I'm going to wrap up this video, obviously. Thank you so much for watching my journey going to a robotics competition and volunteering out there. I encourage you guys to go try it out as well. It's really a great organization to be a part of. Helps everybody. Feel good about yourself, help the youth, and you learn a little something too. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.